Good day, dear traders all around the world. As I promised you, today is the first video regarding Standard & Poor's 500. This the biggest index for American market, and it is the include 500 biggest company in United States. This index is started 1923 as a small groups of companies in United States, but it is not known as big as today. The first appearance for S&P 500 as it is nowadays, it was about 1957, but in 90s it was in 80s, sorry, it was about the more percent of these companies was in industry and manufacturing. Today is technology, like companies like Microsoft, Apple, who are the biggest companies in this index. This investment of S&P 500, Standard & Poor's 500, it is using strategy buy and hold. Buy and hold. And buy and hold, here we don't mean swing trades for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month. Here we are speaking about investment that lasts for 10 years, 20 years, or even more. Understanding the S&P is very important because it is reflects about health of American economy, and it represents about the health of US dollar as well. As I said some minutes ago, that S&P is a reflex of health of American market and American economy, and I believe that everyone should have investment in this side. Like if he got income a month $1,000, he have to put aside $100 for his investment for himself and for his family. In this series of video in my channel, I am going to explain everything needed to know for start your investment, for your better future and for your better wealth management. S&P 500, it's not just an investment. It is not just a numbers that you see in screens. S&P 500 is index that represent 500 company. But here is some interesting fact that not always 500 company, sometimes more than 500, sometimes less than 500 company. Also, these companies, 500, are changing every 30 years. Like, if we go back to history of S&P 500, for 30 years ago, we will see 80% of these companies are not nowadays. So, because this means there is good management and there is good company who not bring a profit, because not every business is bring a profit for long term. Some business make a profit 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, several years, but after sometimes it's not last forever. So investment in S&P 500 is your wise choice for investment for long term. So we continue. The S&P 500 is a stock market index tracking 500 of largest publicly traded U.S. companies. Here, there is some interesting information that this 500 company, which are in S&P index, are not the same value. For example, if 10% move of Apple share in this S&P 500, it have more effect on the index rate or index price when another company move for 20% or 15%. Here, because the value of this 5% of Apple or 10% of Apple have more have more effect on index itself. As I said, introduced in 1957 by Standard & Poor's. Actually, it's started 1923 as a small groups of companies, but later, so on, the first index, as we see now, 500, it was started 1975. It includes companies across various industries representing the U.S. companies. But by the way, not all companies and all business are inside the United States. Some business are having business operation overseas. For example, booking hotels are overseas. Domino Pizza, restaurant Domino Pizza are overseas as well. McDonald's overseas. So this shares also inside the S&P 500. So we can say it's a global index that represent a huge income. By the way, there is interesting information. I am originally from Iraq. My country is a rich country in oil. The total income of this country is about $300 billion per year. United Arab Emirates, about 406 billion per year. Saudi Arabia, 2.9 trillion per year. But S&P 500 is $40 trillion. So here is big difference when we are speaking about S&P. I give you this example to make you better understanding why I am concentrating nowadays on S&P 500. And during these videos, I am going to explain how to invest, how to make a profit, how to double your capital with time. We go to next. How is 500 or is the S&P 500 calculated? Market capitalization weighted index. Market cap is equal stock price, number of understanding shares. Large companies, as I said, Apple, Microsoft, have become influence because the 5% of Microsoft and Apple, it will affect more on the index price more than any another part of this index. Why S&P 500 is important? Because it is act as benchmark for market performance. When we see the chart of S&P 500 since 2009 till 2017, during this period of time, the price just going up, and there is no one index in the world who had such year after year after year growing up. This happens only when we speak about S&P 500. The main drawdown that happened for S&P 500, it happened in 2020 during COVID-19, when was a problem in health and was a global problem. It fall down in 2020, in 22 days, about 30% of its total value. Here we are speaking about $40 trillion, 30%, so you can imagine the number. Reflects overall economic health. Investor confidence indicator, because Americans' economy and another people who have confidence in American economy, they put their investment in S&P 500. So when you see the price, it reflects also confidence of people in the economy of United States. How can you invest in S&P 500? There is many different ways that you can invest in S&P 500. You can first index funds or ETF. What mean ETF? ETF mean exchange traded funds. This exchange traded funds mean there is a group of specialists that analyze the trading, analyzing the chart, following up the news, and they are placing the trades and managing the investment. When we speak about ETF, here we are speaking about investment in different shares. For example, S&P 500, it's include of 500. So when you have $100, instead of buy one share of Apple, one share of Microsoft, one share of this, one share of that, better you go to invest in one ETF that include 500 company. For example, separate S&P 500 ETF is the first ETF that invested in S&P 500, and it started 1993. Now, and also I would like to add that there is different companies who are managing this ETF. The main company who managing ETF are BlackRock, and another which is by 34% of its total value. And after that there is Vanguard. Vanguard company is also managing this separate. I think this separate follow the Vanguard. Buying individual S&P stocks, you can just buy stocks, or trading by having contract S&P 500 features and option. For example, I am as a forex trader, and as I don't have access to buy shares and stocks from my location in Ukraine because of the situation, and not all companies are welcoming clients from this both areas, Iraq, Ukraine, Middle East in general. So we buy or we invest in S&P 500 by CFD contracts. How we can do this? How we can get a profit? If you invest only in S&P 500, in this case you will make a profit when the price is grow up. That's it. But if you invest in ETF spread 500 SPY, you will get in dividends. In dividends, they pay every 3 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes 3 months. Now we will speak about S&P 500 and other indexes. S&P 500 drives 500 companies. Actually, it's sometimes more than 500, sometimes less than 500. Dow Jones, only 30 large companies. Nasdaq Composite focus only on technology stocks, but S&P 500, it's include technology, it's include industry, it's include health, it's include oil and energy. So here is big difference, and this make your risk lower and lower. For example, companies like ExxonMobil, who are investing in Iraq oil, they are also part of S&P 500. Risk and challenges of investing in the S&P 500. Market volatility can cause the price swing. Sometimes there is a huge volatility, sometimes there is less volatility. So this every trader can face this, not only in S&P, but even in currencies, even in any another Forex pairs. I speak for Forex because most of my followers are Forex traders. Sector concentrations risk. The global economic events affect this index. For example, when COVID-19 was 2020, the price fall down or draw down about 30% only in 22 days. So this also was a global problem. S&P 500 is a strong long-term investment. Here, as I said in the beginning of this video, this investment is type of buy and hold. When you be 20, 30 years later, sell. This means this investment for you and your children. Keep 10% of your income every month aside to make investment for you and for your family. Market cap widening. Big companies impact more. Of course, we cannot compare a company like Apple, Microsoft with the small and other companies. This is everybody know. You can invest it by EFT funds or direct stock. This give you different options for investment. And I think it is that in the human history, there is no index like S&P 500. Risk includes volatility and economic downturns. Conclusion and call to action. Like, subscribe for more financial education. Are you going to invest in S&P 500? If yes, tell me why. If no, also tell me why in comments. Check the description for investment resources. I hope you like this video. I hope this information was useful for you. And if you are looking for a broker that you can trust, you can believe in your investment, I highly recommend you to check IC Markets. You will find the link down below this video. You can sign up. What you will do if you want to trade S&P 500, you will use MetaTrader 5. You will see S&P 500 under name US 500 cash. You need to put your leverage 1 to 1 and enjoy the profit. Thank you very much.